Hello. Welcome to another battleship inspection in World of Warships. And it is another Conqueror inspection. Why are we inspecting Conqueror again? Well, because like we did with Kremlin, we are focusing in with our microscope. We are deeply inspecting the Tank Plus spec on the Conqueror. In case you guys are not aware, what is the Tank Plus spec? The Tank Plus spec involves taking zero concealment, taking cold DCP mod, taking consumables mod, and running basically everything on your captain that can eke out a 2%, 3% survivability, and deliberately positioning. That's the build. What's the playstyle? Well, the playstyle in the Tank Plus builds is positioning deliberately to be a really juicy, enticing target and letting the enemy team shoot and farm you. Average GP, one moment. I want you guys to pay respects. Yeah, really incredible stuff. I didn't know we had a celebrity in our game until I saw him get dev struck. So, now, it's very different than Kremlin Tank Plus because the build is almost identical. The only spot the build on Conk Tank Plus deviates from Kremlin Tank Plus is we are running Furious instead of Fire Prevention. And the reason for that is the boat it's physically impossible to die from fires in Conqueror. I mean, I see it happen, but in my opinion, it's physically impossible to get yourself killed to fire damage in this boat. You have diabolical healing. So what does the healing look like? Well, the heals are good for 50k a pop now. So we have got 200,000 HP of healing. We are running Cunningham, so if we get 2 kills, we get an extra 50k of healing. And if we tank 2 million pot, which will happen basically every game you play Conqueror, we get another heal. So we have 300,000 healing. And we start with 87k HP. So we have almost 400,000 HP at our disposal. Now, a Conqueror heal, in case some aren't aware, is unique among BB heals because it heals 75% of the penetration damage. Now, it has no improved Citadel damage healing, okay? It only heals extra penetration damage. So, how do you die in Tank Plus Conk? Well, you basically can only die to torpedoes and carrier AP bombs that Citadel you. So this is the playstyle. We are not taking a low profile, right? We're not going like hull down, you might say, like we would in Tank Plus Kremlin. We are trying to be enticing. Willem de Erst is on this rock, right? We already know this. Why would I let him Earth strike me? Because that's the point, right? I'm trying to angle enough to Republic that he cannot Citadel me center, but that he's enticed, right? It's about being enticing. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Big Willem de Erst to drop. Huge. Massive. Totally irrelevant. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you dropping me. Let's do it again next time. And this is the whole point, right? The whole point is, I kind of mentioned this in the Kremlin Tank Plus video, but a very similar mentality must be adopted. And that is, the average World of Warships player just only cares about this number. Right up here, top right. See this right here? They only care about this. That's the only thing the average player in this game gives a shit about. Now, they might want to also win games, right? There are plenty of people who also want to win games, but they're totally unsatisfied with a win that doesn't involve big damage, right? And so you are abusing with builds like this. You are basically using the mentality of this shitty player base against itself, right? That is the whole idea. Like this Willem, he can't help himself, right? He cannot help himself. He's going to send every single airstrike at me. And, these airstrikes are going to do big damage, right? I mean, look at this. This one's coming in. Is this one a big damage one? It looks pretty good, right? It looks pretty good. Oh, my goodness. 20,000 double fire. Yeah, we don't give a shit. That 20,000 double fire, you know what that actually is? That's 5,000 damage I've lost. Because 75% of the bomb pen is healable. And all the fire damage is healable. And I have 300,000 HP worth of healing in most games. I mean, I'm already about to get a 5th heal, right? I'm burning through heals. I've got 2 left after this one. But if I take another 150,000 pot, we get an extra heal, right? So like it literally doesn't matter, right? It literally does not matter. Now this guy's feeling great about himself, right? He's like, oh my god. He's probably farmed 100,000 damage on me or close to it, right? But it's 100% irrelevant damage. Not 1 point of damage this Willem has done to me is going to matter. And when you position like this, in these silly, goofy, crazy healing builds, when you allow yourself to be farmed in these ships that are basically unkillable, like Kremlin, Kremlin's a little different. You don't want to get prolonged farmed because you don't have the healing, right? But especially in Conqueror, like you have so much healing. You want to be farmed. The more people that shoot at me, the better, right? The more damage they do to me, the better. It's a different mentality than like the Kremlin, where you want to take an aggressive position in Kremlin, and you want people to shoot at you. But what you want in Kremlin is you want like the BBs to shoot at you a lot, right? You know, getting farmed in a Kremlin by like a Worcester is a problem, those kind of things. But the difference with Conqueror is really nothing is actually problematic when it farms you. You're not really ever at risk of dying. You know, like I said, torpedoes, which are usually very avoidable, right? I mean, torpedo damage is like the hardest damage in the game to achieve. You have to take minutes positioning in your destroyer, right? Now, subs are a different story. Subs are a different story. They're more likely to get on your side with torps, but it's not that hard to dodge torps in Conqueror. You just need smart positioning, right? And now we're going to come out because the Willem is dark, and we really want him to focus on us, right? We want him to drop me. And I'm going to get angled in time, right? You might think this is a little bit risky, but we're easily going to be angled in time. And, of course, every time he hits us, 20-second reload on Conqueror, right? So, number one, this guy has almost exclusively shot me, right? His entire contribution to his team is farming 100,000, 100.0% irrelevant damage on my Conqueror. And while he's farming his 100% irrelevant damage on my Conqueror, he's buffing my reload so I can more deliciously fist him and his teammates, right? And that is the whole idea. I hit the DCP there just to kind of be safe, because I didn't want him to get like a super lucky quad. You know, there's a theoretical chance, like, what if this guy gets a quad fire on me and like I all of a sudden lose 30,000 health, right, really soon. But now that we have the heal back, we're safe, right? Even if he gets a quad fire, the heal will basically cover a quad fire. So now we're safe, and we get Witherer for a nice little reload buff. So, you know, now we're down to like basically a 21.5-second base reload on this half HP pool. And you see here, we're finally we're not there yet. We're almost at the point where we have permanently lost half of our HP, right? We have permanently lost something like 35 to 40,000 HP. And we have tanked 4 million potential damage. And let's see the heal, boys. Is the heal looking nice? Yeah, the 50,000 HP super heal is looking like it's got a pretty fucking nice reload, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. And now the thing is, right? The thing is, if you can farm this pot damage like early game, you become diabolical in Conqueror. Like, that's why you want to be enticing early and farm the pot damage early, right? You don't want the damage to stack up late game when the heals take a long time to cool down. But, I mean, dude, we have a 51-second cooldown on the heal, and we have a 25-second DCP. So, if I get lit on fire, and I DCP, and the DCP runs out, our super heal is going to cover, like, basically a triple fire plus some pen damage, right? And then, while the heal is out, let's say the heal is out and we get triple fired. Okay, well, we wait like 10 seconds and we DCP. The DCP lasts for another 25.5 fucking seconds. And then we have like 10 to 15 seconds to wait for the next heal. Like, it's just, it's such an obnoxious fucking boat is what it is. And we risk it, we're kind of risking that game return because I really did not want to lose. I really didn't want to kite around that island, right? I'm trying to stay relevant a bit. Vermont is pushing, Colombo is pushing, and I need to push to meet them. And this is the point of the game where The game is just rapidly deteriorating. Excuse me. We were down several boats. We've clawed back the points lead, the ships in the points lead, pretty well. And now we're really even. The problem is our map position is like incredibly dog shit. Number one, we have no clue where the Yu Yang is. He was last spotted on C. Nobody knows where he is. We know the Gearing's in the cap. We know the Vermont's in the cap. We know where the Colombo is. We know the sub is basically in like F4 torturing my ships. So I'm trying to get in there and help get rid of this Vermont, right? What I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to be the spotting for La Pampa. If you see what La Pampa's doing, he's trying to camp in his smoke to get like the dev strike on Vermont. But the problem is he has no vision. So I'm rushing up here to try to become the vision. And then I'm just trying to take what I can get on this Gearing here while he's spotted, right? Trusting La Pampa to get the torps. There's definitely not improved dispersion on destroyers. We aim slightly too low. We still break this guy's entire boat in half, right? And now he's basically a free kill. My La Pampa can disengage and go push in and kill him for free. Although, unfortunately, that's not really going to end up happening. So, it's not looking good right now. It's really not looking good. They're going to get B. We still don't know where YY is. The Colombo has smoked up, and I think I made a mistake there. I think I shouldn't have greeted the blind on the DD. I think definitely the play would have been to shoot Colombo, because if I had gotten a fire, right, we know his DCP was down. If I had gotten like 5k even on a fire, he would die. And because I tried to greed for the DD blind shot, the Colombo is going to almost dev strike my Minotaur, and that is going to lose us the game. La Pampa on our team only has guns that point directly straight forward, but he is flat broadside to 2 DDs, and so he dies. It's unfortunate. He doesn't trade the Gearing. So obviously we're shooting Yu Yang because we really just want to grief his torpedo reload as much as we can. So it's not going to end up making a difference because my Minotaur is going to live here. But he's barely going to live, and I think we trolled him a bit. God bless that he lives there, but I think we trolled him by greeting the blind on the Gearing when he smoked up. I think if we had just slammed those 12 HE shells in the broadside of the Colombo, my Minotaur just doesn't... Number one, he doesn't need to eat that hit. And number two, he's able to rush B a lot sooner, right? Because he had to play kind of squirrely because of the Colombo rushing him. He had to defend C, he had to play squirrely. And if I had just shot the Colombo, he would not have had to do that, and he'd probably already be in B. So now, we're not in a great position, admittedly. What do we say the worst part about Conqueror is? However, what we're going to do is we're going to immediately rip the based cold DCP mod. Why? Because the average sub player doesn't launch torps at where you're going. The average sub player is a dogshit retard. The average sub player launches torps randomly and then hopes that the AI pinging will give him the torp hit. And God fucking bless, our prediction was totally correct. And that is exactly what my mans has done. And so we're able to dodge 2 of those 3 torps by ripping the DCP super early. And he does not get a flood. So now we're able to kite out. We've dodged the Yu Yang torps, right? And we're going to kite out because Gearing has probably torped us to push. So we're going to go flat to the smoke because we know Gearing is in the smoke. And my Minotaur is going to smash this Gearing. And it's at this point now where the points are even and we're up on ships. So all that needs to happen is Minotaur caps and we win the game, right? Minotaur caps. The sub is AFK. I'm in a kiting battleship. Of course, the average BB player, the average B baby, if you will cry that subs grief them. Of course, battleships get griefed by subs far less than any other class in the game. And so I'm in a kiting battleship, and even a ship as stupid as Archerfish will not hit torps on me when I'm kiting. And of course, God bless, this Yu Yang randomly has his AA turned on. His AA is just randomly on in a no-plane game. Truly inspirational. And because of that, we get to know exactly where he is. And then I'm able to just rush with the Minotaur, right? And you see in the chat, I'm telling, Yamato just try to live, right? Minotaur, cap, and go A. Because Yamato's got to die here, right? I mean, the Yu Yang's running at him. The sub is running at him. Like, in what world does he not die, right? I mean, he could live but he's hitting Archerfish Torp still, right? He's down to very low HP. So the Yu Yang is in a weird position because they have to kill Yamato. And the best guy to do that is realistically Yu Yang with the guns. But then they also are going to need to get on another cap, right? Because even if Yamato dies, that's only a 100-point swing. And of course, we're up 2-1 on caps, so we're recovering 36 points a minute, right? So every minute, we gain another 36 points on our lead. There are 3 minutes left. If we maintain a 2-1 cap advantage in the course of 3 minutes, we will gain well over 100 points. And we're already up on points, by the way. They're reversed. If you can see, 2 ticks are happening for quote-unquote red team. So our team is actually up 50 points. So in just about a minute and 20 seconds, we are going to offset the loss of Yamato's point swing. And so that's why I'm just telling this guy. And I don't know what this Yamato is on about, because I'm telling Minotaur to cap, and I guess he thinks that I'm telling him to cap. Don't really know. But so yeah, the Yu Yang chased Yamato to get the kill with guns. But that's just can't win them the game. I don't know why. I could have waited like 2 more seconds. I was concerned he would die to that last Yu Yang salvo, so I wanted to get a shot off. But we basically won the game at this point because I can give up B now, right? You see the Minotaur, he listened. He's an intelligent player. He goes to A. He's going to get the cap. And that means that I don't have to camp on this rock, right? Because if Minotaur were to somehow die or some horrific shit would happen, maybe he's a griefer, right? Very possible. Your random teammates are often griefers. If Minotaur was a griefer, I'm sitting on the rock because I need to whack-a-mole, right? I'm sitting on that rock because if Minotaur for some reason griefed and didn't go A, then I would need to be the deterrence on the enemy sub, right? So he's going to walk into the cap because he's trying to stall the points. But it's just not going to matter, right? I mean, it's really just not going to matter. And in fact, we're actually at the point in the game, because as you can see, we're up like 60 points. It's actually at the point where, like, if this sub doesn't contest, I mean, we win even if I die, right? But I'm never going to die. Because like I said, I'm in a kiting BB. I instantly rep the ping on the homing torps. Why? Because there's no way he properly aimed them. He definitely, yet again, relied on homing to get it for him. And he did. And I'm only hitting torps because I just didn't want to beach. But we're also running, if you watch the Tank plus Kremlin build, we're also running Vigilance. So the sub torps do a lot, a decent amount less damage for us. And we win the game. So kind of a Herculean throw by the red team. But it's really funny. This early mid game, end of the game, it's kind of just we're dancing around torps, but you get Fireproof basically every game. You get Dreadnought basically every game. You get Witherer almost every game, and you almost never die. I think I played 4 games the night of before I recorded this commentary, and it's like we never died. I think we got a lot of these skills or a lot of these talents, but so the point is, right? This guy farmed probably 100. Let's see how much damage he did to me, actually. Willem de Ursta. Let's check it out. He did 22k with he did 22k, 34k, and then he got a bunch. Most of this fire damage was him. So I think maybe all of it was him. Actually, yeah, I think it literally all was him. So he got 45k fire, 35k airstrike. That's 80k. So yeah, 100k. He farmed 100,000 damage, and of that 100,000 damage that he farmed, I was able to heal 75% of the airstrike and the guns. So he did 55k airstrike and guns. I'm able to heal 3/4 of that. So that's roughly what my math can't really math. I was able to heal 43k of that, something like that. So 42k, somewhere around there. I don't know. Sue me. So he did, and we were able to heal all the fire damage, right? So he farmed 100,000 damage on me, and what did he actually accomplish? Less than 15k, right? His contribution to his team actually killing me was 15,000 damage, and that's the whole point, right? That is the whole point, guys. I mean, 200,000 damage received, a bunch of some decent torp damage received, and still nowhere near close to dying. right? And that is like the whole point, right? I mean, we lost 30k torp damage, and we still ended the game on a pretty healthy HP pool, right? So, Columbo, you see the sap. Columbo did 65k to me. 3/4 of that is healable. So, again, what's that? He did 16k permanent damage to me, right? Willem de Ursta did like 13k permanent damage. So this is the whole point: is you are allowing yourself to be shot at while in a useful position, while in an enticing position, at an enticing angle. You soak up all of the damage that would actually crush your team, and you just basically collect a free win. And as always, we are looking at 2 back-to-back replays and randoms. And this second game is going to be a little different. We're not going to get very great damage. We got some pretty solid damage that last game. It was a crazy kind of 2-man clutch. A bit of an enemy turbo throw as well, you might say. And that's not going to be quite what happens in this one. This is going to be a textbook example of what I mean by allowing the enemy team to lose the game for themselves. Allow these guys to be irrelevant. And what they're going to do, and this is the whole point, right? Look at this. While we're on fire, look at this concealment. Okay, we shot. We have 17-kilometer concealment on Conqueror while shooting. Or while on fire, excuse me. And look at this Conqueror. Look at him back there. Look at him back there, boys. 22.3 kilometers. What's his goal in life? That's right, buddy. His goal in life is farming a bowing Conqueror. And we're going to send out a different kind of ammo at this guy. And then we're probably going to ignore him most of the game. Because he's kind of broadside. If we get him right under the front guns, we might get a nice little citadel. And there it is. And he's just basically what's going to happen in this game is this Conqueror is going to farm kind of like that Willem de Ursta last game. He's probably going to farm like a solid 100k plus damage on me, right? You notice I'm not touching the heal yet. I'm not never touching the DCP, basically ever, aside from like the ever so fringe situation where we touch it. And then of course, their Napoli is he's getting archer fished. He's having a good time, right? But look at all this HP we can recover. I mean, it's just truly diabolical. Now, it is tempting to abuse the adrenaline rush, but I don't typically recommend it. I do typically recommend that you just use the heal when it's all the way down, because like you saw there, we started to use the heal. As we started using the heal, we took a nuke bomb from that Vermont, and so it's a good thing, right? Now we're back to almost, we're 2/3 health instead of if we had waited. You just never know, right? You never know. Unless you really just need the DPM, I don't really see that big of a point in trying to greed the adrenaline rush super hard, right? You're in a true 1v1 against a ship that can never kill you, maybe. But you see here again, the Conqueror has fired at no ships but me, right? He has not fired a shell at another boat. Because, why? Well, because look at the damage I'm giving him. I'm giving him so much damage, boys. Look at that. Oh my god, another 10k and a fire. That's another 20,000 damage. This guy's probably up to like 80,000 damage farmed on me. And guess what? He's losing his team the game. He's losing his team the game. You notice something. After my AP volley on him, where I got the lucky citadel, I've completely ignored him, right? I've completely ignored this Conqueror. Because there's no point, right? There's zero value in me farming a full health Conqueror when my team has no pressure on him, right? Why would I do that? Like, it doesn't make any sense to do that. I mean, you see here, I have HE loaded. I could shoot him. I could get a fire. I could get some damage. Why? Who gives a fuck? The guy is 100% irrelevant. There is no point in even shooting at him. We're much, 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 much better off to do 10 to 15k to something like a Vermont. That is much more useful for my team. And, I'm pushing in here, right? They have 2 Vermonts, a Schlieffen, and a Sherman, and an Henri coming. I mean, this has got to be risky, right? I mean, surely this has to be risky, right? But the point is, that 15k hit on Vermont, that's 8,000 permanent damage, right? If I do the same hit to their to their Conqueror, that's only about 4,000 permanent damage. So it's just pointless, right? It's just absolutely pointless to farm this ship. But that's the thing, guys, is the player base, they cannot help themselves. Now, I will say, you see here that one of the dumbest mechanics to ever exist in this game, the Thunderstorm front, which exclusively benefits battleships, by the way, because battleships have longer reloads, and so they actually benefit from not being blue. God bless this fucking game design. So we're in their mouth, right? You know, ooh, Schlieffen could push, and IFHE Schlieffen would pen me everywhere. Nah, it doesn't matter. Sherman could push over here and farm me. It doesn't matter. Vermont could push over here and farm me. Doesn't really matter. In fact, I want them to do that, right? I literally want the enemy team. Here we go. Henri's got shots from across the map. God bless. Sherman's starting to farm. God bless, right? I mean, this is what we're looking for, baby. Please, please fucking shoot me. Please shoot me. I'm in everyone's mouth. I'm trying to be super enticing, right? I mean, you see my Slava. He's pushing. Any damage done to me is less damage done to the enemy team, and I can't really die, right? I'm just in a boat that can't die. God, does it fucking kill me when I watch these BB players play boats that cannot die. Like, they're just fragile cruisers. It's unbelievable. So I want to be farmed, and here we go, baby. Sherman, he can't help himself. What's he going to do? What should he do in this situation? Well, he should go this way and help his team. A really good play for the Sherman to make would be go to the 2-3 line and screen the armada of my ships that are pushing. But here's the thing, guys. He's never going to do that. He's never going to do that because he knows he'll farm me. He knows big Conqueror damage incoming, right? Big Conqueror damage incoming. And we're backing up here really just because I'm trying to keep a nice angle on the Vermont. And then we're going to kind of start to go forward a little bit here. Unfortunately, I fucked the aim up because he hit a torp. And I forgot that obviously when he hits the torp, he's going to lose speed. So we're aimed quite a bit too far in front of him because we kind of forgot about that. And here's the Sherman, baby. He's back. He's back. He's farming me. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no, I'm on fire. Oh, my God. A better reload? Oh, no. Oh, no, a torp's about to hit me. I should probably DCP. Nah. The flood doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck? I don't think he even ends up getting a flood. He doesn't. Doesn't matter. Let the fires tick. Half HP, double fires, furious, 20-second reload. God bless. This Sherman is contributing to the downfall of his team. Like, that's literally the way to look at it, is these people farming you are contributing to the loss of their team. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, he still can't help himself. Look at him. He cannot fucking help himself. He wants the damage. He's gotten, like, what, 3 fires on me now? So we've probably fed this guy, like, 40 to 50k damage. All of it's completely meaningless. Not one point of that damage he dealt to us really matters at all. And so while he sat here in his smoke farming this Conqueror, my team has advanced from the 2 to the 3/4 line, right? My team is getting map position. My Colbert, the Vermont has left. The Sherman's AFK farming me. My Colbert is able to push middle and take up a useful position, right? It's using the mentality of the damage farming cuckery of this player base against itself. And it is a beautiful thing. Is this fun? I'll be honest. Absolutely it's fun. I might be an insane person. I'm not going to deny it. But I love it, dude. I fucking love abusing the player base against it. Like, abusing the mentality of the average player against them. It's the most fun for me. Like, honest to God, this is as fun as a battleship really gets to me. Because in my opinion, battleships just aren't very fun. You're playing the game on easy mode, right? I mean, we still are, right? Don't get me wrong. Even with this spec and playing this way, like, this is the game on easy mode. You can never die. There's no Richthofen bombs in the game. I can't die. That's the math. Like, the only thing that really can do anything to this Conqueror playstyle and build is AP bombs that Citadel you and torpedoes. And, you know, I mean, you don't hit torps if you know what you're doing. Like, you don't hit torpedoes in 90% of games if you know what you're doing. Because you know where the torps are going to come from, right? So, we're trying to push up here. I want to kind of eventually go into B, but I want to be farmed. Here we go. God bless the Zhao. He is farming me. This is exactly what we want. Unfortunately, we're not quite in a good enough position to be farmed. It's tempting to go straight into B here, but I do want to make sure the Schlieffen dies sooner rather than later, right? And of course, this guy is gonna probably sing a hymn when module rework comes in, because we've basically permanocked like a bunch of his secondaries, some of his torps, a ton of his AA. Not that that matters a lot, but thank God module rework is coming. And Conqueror will actually be substantially less aids, because I would honest to God argue that part of why Conqueror and Thunderer are so aids is like that, right? Those torps are gone for the rest of the game. Maybe he was trying to go flat to launch torps right before he died. Well, he can't now, right? So fortunately, that is leaving the game, and we can start, pushing in middle here. And our team has like completely recovered the game, and we have tanked 2 million. We have permanently lost less than half of our HP. It is a beautiful thing. It really is a beautiful thing. Conqueror is still probably like the hardest battleship in the game to kill. Conk and Kremlin, they're hard to kill in different ways, but Conqueror is honestly still right up there with Kremlin for just like borderline impossible to kill. And now you see that we've gotten to an inefficient heal, right? This last heal is only going to be able to heal about 35,000 of our HP pool. And so there's really no reason to hold on to the 2 heals once I'm at that once I'm at that position, right? Because we're still going to have a heal. We have 50,000 health. So no matter what happens, this last heal will be like a max efficiency heal, and then we won't be able to heal anyway for the most part. So there's really no reason to like not use a slightly inefficient heal when you get down to inefficiency, I would say. So the game is over now. We can just kind of walk in and mop up a few kills here. It's a good time, dude. I'm telling you, if your brain works anywhere near the way my brain works, it's a very interesting form of like outplaying enemies in this game. Because you're not like positioning intelligently. You're not landing impactful salvos for the most part. I mean, every now and then you might. You're using the psychology of the average World of Warships player against themselves. And to me, that is like, I mean, yeah, we all love getting dev strikes, right? We all love the black ribbons, right? We all love the neuron activation of the black ribbons. But there's something like immensely satisfying with just, you load up the 15 km detect Conqueror with the Furious, with the absurd 50k HP heals. You put Netflix or YouTube on the second monitor, and you never die, and you have like a Unicum win rate because everyone farms you, and by farming you, they lose their team the game. It's truly amazing stuff. And they don't realize what's happening, right? They, honest to God, don't realize what's happening. Like, every now and then, halfway through the game, you'll kind of notice that, like, oh, that guy realized he's losing the game by farming me, right? Every now and then, you could watch them figure it out. Like, I would say that Conqueror, about 5 minutes into the game, he figured it out, right? He was like, huh, this Red Conqueror is just letting me farm him, and his entire team is running me over. This is bad. I should probably shoot something else that's actually going to matter. And then he started shooting other boats. But for a real long time, he's farming damage on me, right? This Sherman back here, why did he die? He died because he wanted to farm me, right? Like objectively speaking, the reason why the Sherman just sat on that rock and died is because he couldn't help himself. He had to farm the Conqueror because I'm giving him the damage. That's why it's so crucial to like almost never touch the DCP, right? Almost never touch the DCP, because you want to incentivize the farm. You want the farm to keep coming, is what you want. There it is. You end the game on half health with 2 heals remaining. 100,000 HP worth of healing still at our disposal, and we're still over half HP. And how much damage did we receive? Oh yeah, 210k. How much of that mattered? Artillery damage. 3/4 of this was healable, right? So permanently we lost about 30,000 HP, and then permanently we lost another 10. So we permanently lost 40,000 health. That was the contribution. The 210,000 damage that the enemy team farmed on us, uh, almost was half of my health gone. There you go. 10k per fire. We basically let every single fire burn. We donated so much to these guys, right? There you go. We donated 12k to Zhao. We donated 40k to Sherman. We donated 30k to Conqueror. We donated 12k to Napoli, right? We donated so much damage to that Conqueror, right? Conqueror farmed like 60k on us. Sherman farmed 50k. It's all meaningless. It's all totally irrelevant damage. They're literally falling. There you go again. There it is again. Fireproof Dreadnought. It happens every game. Like every game you get these two achievements. It's hilarious. The boat is obviously like super tanky with any build, right? It's not like the boat is only tanky with this spec. But it's that lack of concealment and that extra about 8k per heal that let you completely ignore the fires at all times, that makes it like super silly. Because you just don't give a fuck. You want to be farmed. And I would say 8 out of 10 people, they don't even realize what's happening. They're just sitting back there being like, oh my god, dude, I'm 5 minutes in this game and I have 110,000 damage on this dog of a Conqueror? Oh my goodness, I have so much damage. I'm going to have a big damage game. Oh, and you lose. Yeah, you lost. I wanted you to farm. God bless. Okay, so like we said, the equipment, the whole point is being unkillable. That's really the entire point. Now, you could make a strong case that running the ledge mod on Conqueror would improve its survivability. However, that's kind of really only, in my opinion, if you're playing Conqueror in like a dynamic way. And I mean, if you're looking at the way that I'm playing it, right, I'm intentionally being easy to hit, and I am intentionally being a nice, juicy target, right? That's the whole idea, is like multiple of these games, we've basically kept, like in that first review, we basically kept Willem de Ursta AFK on a rock the whole game, right? We basically kept in the second game, like that Sherman, that Conqueror AFK for most of the game, right? That's kind of the point, is I'm not trying to dodge, right? Like, this is, you run ledge mod Conq to dodge. It's an okay ledge mod, but that's not the point, right? The point is the 25.5-second DCP. The point is the 50,000 damage or appeal. The point of all of these things is we almost just never touch the DCP. We basically just never put out a fire, right? We're feeding the enemy team damage to make them irrelevant. They think they're relevant because they get to say, whoa, look at all the damage I farmed on this Conqueror. Oh my god, why did this Conqueror just let me farm him? Yeah, that's the whole fucking point, buddy. And then that's the build. Kremlin, the tank plus build, we take fire prevention, right? Because Kremlin doesn't have anywhere near the healing. But Furious Conqueror is like one of the most obnoxious fucking boats in the entire game. And you cannot die to a fire. Like, I want to stress, you cannot, it's physically impossible in this boat to die to fires or floods. Like, try to die to fire damage with this build. The more pot you take, right, and that's part of why like we're just letting Willem de Ursta farm us. 20k airstrike on me is what, 16,000 permanent damage, or sorry, 4,000 permanent damage, right? 20% damage is permanent on Conq. So we're giving him 20k in a double fire in that first replay. Doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't matter. It's helping me win. It's literally helping me win. Reloading my heal. God bless. So that's the build. Because you don't run fire prevention and because you want your concealment to be bad, that frees up 4 points. You could put 2 on to grease the gears and 2 on to... You're taking 2-point AA no matter what. So you've got quite a few points to play, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4 points. You've got these 4 points to play around with. So you could go like grease the gears. There's no point in Brisk though, obviously, right? I mean, there's kind of just nothing else that you would really want to take. So we're just doing this to get the heal reloaded 3 seconds faster. I mean, it's pure cope, but there's really nothing else to take with that last point. And I do want the vigilance because, like I said during the replays, there's really exactly, hmm, there's really only two ways you can die in this build. You can die to torpedoes, and you can die to AP CV bombs that can Citadel you. That's basically it. Yeah, a Yamato with a super lucky salvo right could nuke you through the bow, like I said, but most of the time Yamatos they're just hitting your deck. They're very likely not Citadeling you. Now at close range they will, but yeah, the whole point is, please shoot me. Here's your damage, right? I'm trying to give everybody on the red team purple damage stats. And by giving everyone on the red team purple damage stats, they're losing every game. That's really all there is to it. They can't help themselves. Like I said so many times in these replays, guys. They cannot help themselves. You have to abuse the Warships player. The average Warships player values damage over everything else. They want to win, but they want to win by getting a ton of damage. They don't care about any other type of win, right? And so they're like, ooh, I just did 10k in a double fire to this Conqueror. Oh my god, he's letting the fire burn. I just farmed 35,000 damage on this Conqueror with a double fire. Oh, I just popped my smoke in my Sherman. I just farmed 40,000 damage on that Conqueror. Irrelevant. 100% irrelevant. Thank you for giving me a free win. Appreciate you. Um, and then, of course, we can, look at the armor, right? I mean, it's dog shit, right? Conqueror hull is pretty fucking bad. It's not like the absolute worst 32 hull in the game. But, big superstructure, 32 everywhere. Citadel's way out of the water, right? Not super thick, very flat, right? I mean, it's kind of as vulnerable as a BB in tier 10 can have a Citadel, right? I mean, we've got a couple of new contenders, right? We got Willem de Erste with the Scarlet Thunder hull, which is worse than this hull. And we've got Irresistible, which is Marlborough hull, which is quite a bit worse than this hull. So, I mean, it's not good. The hull is dog shit. But, unless you're getting random 460 overmatch right in the cheek at long range, you're not going to even really take a Citadel. For the most part, you're not really going to take a Citadel from long range, even 32 overmatch, right? Close range, you will. And then AP high pen bombs, like Richtofen. Richtofen ruins this entire build, basically. Now, it's not a very likely ship to see. Also, another thing worth considering is recently Wargaming made Carrier and also, I think, Subtorps have healable damage. And those were kind of like CV Torps was probably the easiest way in Conqueror to get your heal griefed. Like overall, the easiest was like an FDR could one squad this thing and basically turn its super heals into regular heals. And so that's not a thing anymore. So the boat got like a gigantic buff because of CV Torps not doing that kind of damage. It's kind of a sleeper buff to Conk. Like I think I mentioned it, a few times on the stream with Incomp got a buff because of the CV spotting and also a buff because of the Torps. But yeah, Conk got a big one as well. Any of these battleships with really good healing but not very good Citadel healing, really, really benefited from that nerf to CV planes because that was a really big deal. I mean, it could be all fun and games, right? You're farming adrenaline rushing Conqueror. And all of a sudden, Midway, a Hakuryu, an Essex, just flies over to you and 20k permanent damages you, flies back, 20k permanent damages you, flies back, 10k permanent damages you. Congratulations, your 50k super heals are now regular BB heals, and you have no HP. You're basically a cruiser now. Enjoy, right? So, it's really funny though. It's really funny. It's super relaxing too, because like you cannot die. I mean, the only thing that can kill you in 99% of lobbies with this build are Torps, right? It's just really, really funny to like watch people farm you and like, oh, here comes the Thunderer, here comes the Conqueror salvo. Ooh, a double fire? Ooh, we're down to a 20-second reload. Oh, how nice of you, sir. It's such an obnoxious boat too. Like obviously good players will ignore it. I mean, like you saw in that second replay. Like what did I do when the Conqueror kited and farmed me? just fucking ignored him. I tried the 1 AP volley, and then it's like, why would I even bother? Like, none of my HE spam damage to their Conqueror is going to matter. But see, he's an average BB player. He needs the number in the top right of his screen to be high so he can feel good about himself. I don't need the damage number in the top right of my screen to be high to feel good about myself. So I'm innately at an advantage over these players, right? And the same thing with the tank plus Kremlin build, right? Same thing with the Lighthouse Moscow build is like the whole idea is you are deliberately positioning, deliberately playing, deliberately building your ship to be shot at. And then the wins just roll in. The wins just roll in because you never die, right? You're basically unkillable, but you're an enticing target. And it's the combination of being unkillable and enticing, right? It's a very different kind of survivability than like a kiting lighthouse Henri, right? You are deliberately positioning too close, too broadside, right? It's please shoot me. Please shoot me, you know? And it's very important when you play this kind of style in a ship like Conqueror. You just got to know your platings and what enemies pen, right? Like, what BB in Conqueror can I go flat to at 16 km? Right? What can I, basically the rule in Conk is you can go flat at 18 to 380s in Bungo. At 20, you can go flat to like your Montanas. So you just have to know the numbers. You got to know the numbers, right? Or obviously you can go like almost flat, right? If you're even 20 degrees off of flat, then you can go a couple kilometer closer flat. But the thing is, because of the armor, you're actually tankier when flat, right? Like, you want people to bait for the Citadel. So if you're 18 km away, right, and you're perfectly flat, you might take a Citadel. But if you're 18 km away and you're 60 degrees, right, you're only 30 off of flat, almost no BB's going to have the pen to Citadel you, and you'll get non-pen. They'll shatter on the belt, right? So it's about being enticing, being annoying, and it's just really funny. It's a silly, goofy, fun time. And, of course, we do have just what an incredible camo. There it is. My God. The shining star. We're the lighthouse. We're the beacon on the rock. Please shoot me. God bless. That will do it for the tank plus furious Conqueror build, boys. Oh my goodness, stay woke out there. My God. Thanks for watching. Hope you all have a good one, and we will catch you in the next one.